In this video, we'll be talking about what you need to know when heading out to Fraser Island. Fraser Island is the largest sand island in the world with a beautiful coastline and at least 40 lakes. It is suitable for high clearance 4-drive vehicles only. Although they don't recommend all-wheel drive vehicles, you will find that a lot of people have roamed the island in soft roaders, including myself. High clearance is probably more important because regardless of the type of vehicle you have, the moment you've bellied out, you're out. We have a lifted Nissan X-Trail and we have driven all around the island with no issues, apart from being stuck at Nankala Rocks, where a lot of 4-drives struggle as well. There are two ways to get to Fraser Island via vehicle ferry. Inskip via Rainbow Beach from the south or Riverheads from the west. There are supplies, food and fuel at Rainbow Beach as well as Riverheads. Before going, learn how to drive on sand and prepare your vehicle for beach driving. I've created a video in my channel for vehicle beach prep, which I'll put a link in the description below. I'll also create a video on how to drive on sand, so stay tuned for that. Getting there. For driving and coming from the west, the Kingfisher Bay Ferry has 3 return services daily which depart from Riverheads 20 minutes south of Hervey Bay. The ferry lands at Kingfisher Bay Resort on the west side of Fraser Island. If coming from the south, Manta Ray Fraser Island barges operate daily from 6 AM to 5:15 PM and no bookings are required. Flights are also available with Air Fraser Island. Driving on the island requires you to get a vehicle permit. Refer to the link in the description below for more information. If you don't have a 4-wheel drive but wish to experience driving in the island, there are a few companies that offer self-drive options. I suggest you Google this if you want more information. Accommodation and Campsites. There are 2 resorts that offer accommodation and dining. Kingfisher Bay Resort on the west and Eurong on the east side. Otherwise, there are 45 camping area options in the island, some of which are fenced, thus making them dingo free. These sites are suitable if you have kids. Due to the amount of camping options and information, I recommend you visit the NPSR website and read more about them there. I will put a link in the description of this video for your reference. Shops and supplies. Eurong and Kingfisher Bay has food, bakery, supplies, FPOS, fuel, toilets, as well as mobile reception. Happy Valley, Cathedrals and Orchid Beach on the east side of the island has food, supplies, fuel and toilets. Fuel. As you can see, there are quite a few places to get fuel from in the island, so think twice before taking extra fuel. Yes, it is more expensive in the island, but is it worth the extra space and most especially the extra weight? You have to remember that you'll be driving in soft sand. Mobile reception. Mobile reception is present at Kingfisher Bay, Eurong and Orchid Beach. Other areas in the island also get reception depending on your provider but may be unreliable. Popular attractions. Eli Creek is a natural lazy river which flows 80 million liters of water per day. It is a very popular spot and can get crowded, so plan your trip well. Maheno Wreck is great for a photo shoot as well as the pinnacles further up north. Indian Head has a nice lookout point which is great for spotting whales. Champagne Pools is a great spot for a swim. Waddy Point has a nice lookout as well as Covered Beach which is also ideal for swimming. Sandy Cape has a stunning coast, sand dunes which are great for sandboarding and Queensland's tallest lighthouse. Mothumba Creek is a nice spot to chill and go for a fish. A few of the popular sandblowers are Wongal, Knifeblade and Kira. Some of the popular lakes are Lake Bumangin, Lake Mackenzie, Lake Wabi, Lake Alum, Lake Birrabin and Lake Binaroon. Driving and planning your trips. The biggest thing you need to consider when planning your trips are the tides. If possible, it is best to time your trip to the island when low tide is during the day. Depending on where you're camped, you might find yourself driving along the coast lots when hopping from one place to another. If the tide is high or 2 hours before and after high, you will be forced to drive closer to the dunes where the sand is soft. This slows you down, consumes more fuel and increases your risk of getting stuck. Also, I suggest you do your research and pick the attractions you want to visit before you head off. This way you can plan your route properly, which can be dependent on the tides. As mentioned earlier, Learn how to drive on sand and be sensible. You don't want to destroy your vehicle, other people's lives, or your ego while in the island. The two main things when driving on sand are tire pressures and momentum. Your first challenge will be getting into the badge at Inskip Point. This stretch of sand can be very soft. Driving along the coast is normally easier, assuming you're driving around the low tide mag, since the sand is hard and more compact. The inland tracks vary, but are mainly soft sand. There are two bypasses to look out for north of the island. These are Indian Head and Nankala Rocks. Indian Head can be tricky, mainly because the sand here can be soft and there is a fair bit of distance to be crossed. This can slow you down, and as soon as you lose that momentum, things start to get interesting. If you have planned your trip in this area around the low tide mark, then you can get a good run up along the beach before swooping left to tackle Indian Head. Nankala Rocks is the hardest track. Not only is the sand soft here, but the track goes uphill as well, regardless of which direction you are tackling it. This combination is perfect for shaving off your speed and momentum, and that's what makes the track a bit more challenging. If you have a UHF radio, it is important to use it here and be on the same channel as the vehicles crossing. Some areas of the track can be blind corners, and as you can imagine, vehicles travel fast here to maintain their momentum. Fishing. Freshwater fishing is not allowed in the island. Popular fishing spots northeast of the island include Indian Head, Sandy Cape, Waddy Point, and Middle Rocks. Brim, mackerel, shark, and tailor are very popular, in particular between July and October when tailor are abundant. Wathumba Creek on the west is popular for flathead, brim, and whiting. Dingoes. Dingoes roam the island. There is more information in the NPSR website about them. But a few things to remember is to not feed them, don't leave food around campsites, and keep your children within arm's reach. If you like what you've seen, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. And don't forget to hit that bell to get notifications of any new videos we put up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.